Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with a new battle report, and this is going to be a small series of 4 battle reports that I played in the Games Workshop store in Brussels that were a very small tournament. We played 400 points, and normally it was mandatory to play with painted armies, except the player in this game because he just started to play Warhammer couple of weeks ago, so he had the exception. But most of the players have mandatory to bring painted armies. So it's 400 points. The meta can change a lot at that level of points. And the restrictions is that you need to put an HQ and troops. In the case of the Harlequins, because they don't have HQ, the troops is the only mandatory choice. You cannot use formations, you cannot use words of war, and you cannot use vehicles that have armor higher than armor 12 somewhere. So these are the restrictions, and the rest is standard Warhammer 40K, except that the missions are fixed for these battles. I will explain once we go into the deployment. So this is the list I will play with my Harlequins and Solitaire, Shadowseer, the Jester, no upgrades, Harlequin to Master troop, with 3 Cares and 1 Neurodisruptor and the 2 Master with Highware Grenades. I use Telepathy for my Shadowseer and I use the what's called the Warlord tweets that are in the Harlequin book, the ones under the light table. My opponent it's coming with a flying hive tyrant with the weapon that is doing 12 shots, strength 6, twin link. So very nasty and very difficult for me to deal with that. And 5 Gene Stealers and Brute Lord. The Gene Stealers, I'm not scared of them. I think they will not work against me. But I don't have any to deal with the Fly Tyrant. So let's see how this battle goes, but it's a very bad match for my Harlequins. We go into the deployment, and before the deployment, in my Warlord tweets, I had the one that I can seize initiative. I have +4 to seize initiative, so I seize initiative on 2+. And I don't remember my opponent, but didn't make any difference in the game. And as telepathy powers, and the one that I have is the one that I can give fearless to my units. So we go into the deployment. Here we have the battlefield, and I deployed the death. How is called this? The death jester and the solitaire in the middle ruins, and the Shadowseer inside of the unit of Harlequins at my right flank. My opponent just deployed the Flying Tyrant in the middle in his deployment zone, and the Gene Stealers cannot be seen in that picture but are behind the building at the right because he used the infiltrate rule. Another picture of the deployment. I forgot to explain. The missions for this game is we get 1 point for killing for first blood, 1 point for killing the warlord of the opponent, and then you see that there are 2 objectives on the table, in the middle of the table, one in the right flank and one in the left flank. You get 1 point if at the end of the turn, of the complete turn, you're controlling this objective. So if you go first in the turn, you have to wait until the opponent's turn to control this objective, and you gain 1 point if you're controlling this objective. So you see the 2 objectives, one is on the forest in the left and the other one is next to the building in the right. Here we see a picture from the flank, and the Gene Stealers and the Blood Lord, they are hiding behind the ruins. Another picture. They infiltrate, so this is why they are more they are inside of the battlefield. Here we see the Fly Tyrant quite at the back, ready to shoot to death my Harlequin. Another picture before moving. So we go into turn 1. I had the initiative at the end, and I start with the Harlequins. So in this flank, I move my Solitaire 12 inches straight forward to get 1 point to capture the objective, unless the Fly Tyrant wants to come here and land next to my Solitaire. and then I leave my digester in the ruins. From there, he has a good can shoot to the Genestealers through the door, although they will have 4+ cover, and I move my unit of Harlequins there next to the ruins to shoot and assault the Genestealers. Here we see the image from the other side and a subjective view. I put my Shadow Series in this position because I want to use the Psychic Shrek against the Genestealers. I'm not expecting to do a huge damage because they have leadership 10, but at least if I can kill 2 or 3 Genestealers, it's going to be good enough. And this is what happens. I kill 4 Genestealers if I'm not wrong, something like that. I had quite a good roll. And yeah, and then with the shooting I think I killed 3 Genestealers, and then the shooting between the Death Jester and the unit shooting the pistols, I kill another Genestealer and put a wound on the Bloodlord. And this is how is finishing at the end of the turn 2 of the Harlequin. We will go into the turn for the Tyranids. And the only movement he really do is he's moving the Flying Tyrant is now flying high, and move him and just in that flank and to have a good shooting angle against my Harlequins. They are completely exposed there, so yeah, let's see how it goes. Another view. Maybe it was too risky to move them to be able to use the Secret Freak, but yeah, there is a big distance between the two ruins, so I had to be in open field for at least for one turn. And this is what happens. The shooting of the Flyrant make a bunch of wounds on the Harlequins, and this is strength 6, so even the multi-wound characters that I have in the unit are instant death, instant kill, sorry. Yeah, and he completely wiped out my unit, so he's getting 1 point for the Warlord, 1 point for First Blood, and 1 point for controlling this objective, and I get 1 point for controlling the other one, so we are 3-1 for the Tyranids at this moment. And a big damage into my army. So this is a mistake, it's 3-1 at this moment. No, sorry, it's 2-1 because he's not controlling the objective. He was more than 3 inches from the objective, so he get 2 points for First Blood and killing my Warlord, and I get 1 point for controlling my objective. This is the point. So turn 2. I decide to move my Shadow Seed as fast as possible to this point here. I ran because I was too far and I was not able to charge, so my Shadow Seed is in that position. I just move there to avoid that he can control easily this objective, so I don't want to give this point. If he wants to assault me next turn, I welcome that. I have more initiative and I expect to do enough damage. If not, I will assault him in the third turn. I leave my Jester there to try to shoot and see if I'm lucky, if I can cause a casualty, and maybe I can make them run out of the board, but at the end I didn't manage to do enough damage. I think he saved the 2 wounds on 4+, because he was even able to kill the Bloodlord if was needed. So this is at the end of the Harlequins, just the Bloodlord with 2 wounds remaining, 1 Genestealer and the Flying Tyrant. That is the pain. And yeah, this is at the end of the turn 2 of the Harlequins. Here we have a close-up, so my Shadow Seed is within the range of the objective, so nobody's controlling this objective at this moment. Here we see another picture of the Tyranids. And there we have, this is the movement of the Tyranids. The Fly Tyrant just fly 12 inches and to the other side of these rings. And yeah, and shot everything on the Death Jester. Here we have a view from the other side. So I think he did some powers. I don't remind, but well, not important at this moment. And yeah, this is what happens. The 12, yeah, 12, the 12 shots of the flying tyrant is enough to kill the digester. I went to ground, but you only need to make one wound to kill him because he's toughness 3, so strength 6 is instant killing him. And here we have the other side. So at the end, my solitaire is the only survival at the end of the turn 2, and yeah, but he didn't get any points, so we don't get any points in that turn. So we still 2-1, I'm not wrong, or 3-1. So we go into the turn 3 at this moment. Yeah, here is to show, and this is what happened. Sorry that I missed some pictures, but I assault with the solitaire into the genestealers. I kill them all. I use the ability to have 10 attacks this turn, so I kill them all, and I hide the solitaire behind the building. So if he keeps flying high, he has to go far away from me, so he will not be able to shoot. If he wants to shoot to me, he has to go to ground, and then I will have the possibility to assault him. So here is my solitaire. It's very dark in the picture, but it's hidden behind the wall. I don't have any tool, no to delay. I don't have any shooting, so I cannot do anything against the flying tyrant. So he just yeah, I cannot reach him. So the only thing I can do is to hide in this building. Is a very good position because I'm controlling the objective, gaining points, and yeah, and he cannot shoot me. So turn 4 and 5, I will go fast here. So I get 1 point more for controlling the objective, and then turn 4 and 5, the flight tyrant was just flying high in a circle. So he cannot shoot at me because I was behind the wall, and I didn't want to give him a easy shooting. And he's just flying around, try to be able to shoot me at least in the turn 6 and shoot me to death. He don't want to go to ground because he's scared of my close combat abilities. So, and we go into the turn 6. So this moment I was winning on points because I was during all these turns I was controlling the objective. So my thanks to my solitaire, I think at this moment we are 4-3 or something like that. So I was winning on points of 5-3. So at this moment I'm winning on points, but I don't have any tool to kill the flying tyrant, and at least he will have a one shooting because we go into turn 6. Turn 6 I had to take a risky movement. I had to move to the, so he was in the other side of the wall. He was able to go to my side of the wall just flying above. So for me, and for the solitaire, the cover is not giving anything because I have 3+ invulnerable. So even if I go to ground into the cover, I will have 3+ as my armor save. So I decide to go to this side of the building. If he's still in flying high, he will not be able to shoot because he will go to the other side of the wall. If he wants to shoot at me, he has to go to ground. If he's not killing me, I will try to assault him and kill him in close combat. So this is going to be quite like a Western situation. Is a 1-to-1 duel. I have to be a little bit lucky with the shooting. 12 shots, strength 6, but I'm Eternal Warrior. So, and I have invulnerable 3+, so it will depend a lot on my if I'm lucky or not with my invulnerable save. So he decided to go to ground and shoot the 12 shots, twin 12 shots into my solitaire. Here we have another image before the shooting. And this is what happens at the end. So he killed my solitaire to death. With the shooting. He shot my solitaire to death. And at the end was a victory for the Tyranids, because if you kill the other army, you have automatically the victory. The points are only in case of draw in victories. Then they will count the points to see who have better position in the tournament. So at least at the end I think was 5-3 in my favor. He was not able to control objective because he was flying, and when you're flying, you don't score points for objectives. And he didn't want to go into ground in the other objective. So for this reason, at the end, yeah, he killed my solitaire as I say, if I had stayed in the other side of the building, he just have to fly over the wall and shoot me from the other side of the wall. So this is why I decided to move to this side and force him to go to ground if he wants to shoot at me. If he haven't killed me, maybe with the assault and the abilities of the solitaire, I'm able to kill him, or at least to tie him in close combat, because I'm less vulnerable in close combat. He has less attacks, he has not 12 attacks, he's not repeating as a twin link, and he's anyway always wounding me on 2+. So yeah, this is all. Yeah, the end Tyranids victory, and yeah, this is the result final. Harlequins scored more points, but was a Tyranids victory anyway. So this is all for this battle report. So these are very fast games. We play this in less than 40 minutes, and I like this. From time to time I like to play these small games because these are very fast and you can do several games in the same day. So yeah, crashing at the end was it was not a crashing, was a victory for the Tyranids, and at least that it's very bad for me, so it's a very matchup because I don't have any tool in the Harlequins codex to deal with flying monstrous creatures. So please leave your opinion below and let me know what do you think. Leave your comment, and if you think that I make mistakes in my strategy or I have to do some things differently, don't hesitate in leaving in the comments below your opinion. I appreciate very well, and yeah, any comments and any feedback that helps me to improve, it's very welcome. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching, and see you again later. Bye.